Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I'm herbalist Leo Sade. I help people who struggle with chronic conditions grow their health from the roots up. Today I'm talking about milk thistle. But before I start, I want to remind us that my videos are not aimed at diagnosing or treating any health condition, but rather for educational purposes. If you're seeking any herbal help, you can book a 20 minutes free herbal consultation with me in www.threefoldherbalhealing.com. Again, it's www.threefoldherbalhealing.com/consult. So let's dive right into milk thistle. It's a pretty well-known herb that a lot of people think of when they think about the liver. But actually, milk thistle is not for every and any liver condition. It's not for when you want to just stimulate the liver a little bit to produce more bile. This is not the herb that you will reach out for. For that, I would use dandelion or gentian. Milk thistle is more a herb for serious liver condition. And let me explain to you why. But let's start with what does the liver actually do and understand why we sometimes need milk thistle for the liver. So the liver have three major functions. It is producing substances like cholesterol and bile. It stores substances like glucose, iron, and zinc. And it's also detox. It has phase 1 and phase 2 detox, where it deals with toxins, especially oil-based toxins. Break them down, process them, and then either send them to the kidneys to eliminate with the urine or mix them with the bile and send them to uh, be combined with a stool in the small intestines and removed through the colon in the stool. So it's a lot of functions and very critical ones. We can't live without the liver. It's necessary for life. Therefore, the liver needs a lot of energy, a lot of energy. It means that in each one of the liver cells, you will have more than one mitochondria, actually plenty of mitochondria producing energy. So let's talk a little bit about energy production because that's important for liver health. Energy in liver health is important because without energy, the liver can't do what it needs to do. And that's basically mean a dead sentence. So energy production in the body means a burning process. It is like those steam engines that used to pull up trains. You bring in nutrients, like they would throw in pieces of food. There is a fire, there is oxidation, there is fire, and the fire create energy. The energy allow each cell to do its job. And eventually you end up with ashes, ashes that you need to clean. And those ashes in cell energy production are the ROS, or reactive oxygen species. Now, in normal energy production, when the mitochondria is healthy or when you don't have inflammation, when there is normal conditions, the body produces its own antioxidants that scavenge those antioxidants, that scavenge those ROS, reactive oxygen species, and clean them out. But what happens when your mitochondria is not healthy, or you have inflammation, or you have to work beyond capacity so your mitochondria can catch up with producing enough glutathione, enough of your innate antioxidants? What happened then is that you start to have what we call oxidative stress. You create more ROS, reactive oxidant species, than your body's capacity to produce antioxidants and clean them out. And then it's a problem. It's especially a problem when it happens in the liver because over time it starts to create inflammation and fibrosis, so scar tissue in the liver. And when you create scar tissue in the liver, it starts to shift the blood flow. And at the end, not all the tissue get enough nutrient and have enough blood flow reaching them, and you get cirrhosis and liver failure. So that's the process. Now, that can happen either because of acute toxicity that overwhelms the system. The most well-known conditions for that are Amanita sagrada. So it's a mushroom that is very toxic that, you can have acute, deadly if you, symptoms, if effects if you eat it, or if you use alcohol, drugs, or pharmaceuticals, like even NSAIDs. If you use a lot of NSAIDs, that can create liver damage. So all those things can create liver damage and overwhelm the liver and create an inflation of those reactive oxidant species. And you don't have enough of your innate antioxidants, then you start to need something like milk thistle in those conditions because milk thistle have this dual magic ability to, on the one hand, by itself, milk thistle has those flavonoids in it that are antioxidants. So they will go around and scavenge those or ROS and clean them up. But more than that, milk thistle also have this effect of increasing glutathione production. So on the one hand, it can directly clean up the oxidative, ash, or on the other hand, it can increase your innate glutathione by 35 to 50%, which is a lot. And by doing that, it helps your body do the cleaning up yourself. So it shows, it has the ability to even reverse a condition of toxicity, high toxicity that could end up, like I said, people who ate the wrong mushroom and were chewing on milk thistle seeds on the way to the hospital, it saved their lives. But also in chronic condition like non-alcoholic fatty liver and cirrhosis and liver failure, milk thistle can help reverse. It's not a magic, but it can help reverse and improve liver health. So this is milk thistle. It's a beautiful purple thistle, but from my experience, it's a hell of a job to extract out the seeds because we use the seeds um, from the thorn after it is dried. One more thing to say about milk thistle, bioavailability or how you take it. So it's a little bit tricky because milk thistle doesn't extract well in water. It extracts better in alcohol or glycerin. What you need to do is, first of all, you need to grind the seeds because they have a very thick layer of wrapped around them. So you need to open that and grind it before you actually extract them in alcohol or glycerin. I prefer alcohol. The other thing is that when you take it orally, it doesn't very readily absorb in the gut. So what you really want to do is take it with fatty food. and maybe protein, because when it comes with them, they kind of carry it into the blood, across the gut lining, into the blood. It helps the absorption. So milk thistle in alcohol extract with food always. That's my spiel about milk thistle. I hope it helps you. I hope you benefited. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and please leave me a comment in the comment under this video and let me know what you thought about this video and if it helped you. See you next week. Bye.